Hello, hello. How are you all doing? I am Calvin, and welcome to the Sweet Life with Calvin. I know it's been a while, but I'm glad to actually see you guys. And hey, Nene, hey, Taste Pastry, Taste Therapy Bakery. Lord Jesus, I can't even read. Um, Welcome, y'all. I hope all is well. How y'all doing? Hello, hello, hello. What have y'all been up to? I miss you guys. As I was just saying, I'm sorry, let me turn this music down some. I was in here prepping for y'all, so I had to have music. Um, but I was just saying, like, I missed you guys. I know it's been a while. But life has been life, and I'm thankful, that I'm able to get back on with you guys and spend a little time. So today, what we are doing, and as you probably see it pinned down below. Hey, Purple, how you doing? Hey, Darlene. Hello, Andrea. Hello, Lucid. Trying to make sure I say everybody's name. Today we are doing our old fashioned treat, which is called our old fashioned Southern tea cakes. Now, if you're not familiar with the tea cakes, I grew up on the tea cakes. My grandmother used to make the tea cakes when we were little. I only just thought that they were just treats that we enjoyed at home or whatever, just like cookies or anything. But these tea cakes have lots of history behind them. Thank you so much. I appreciate the purchase. So these tea cakes originate from the 19th century. They basically came from enslaved cooks. I did my research a little bit, of course, but it came from enslaved cooks, and so they used what they had. It was the cheapest thing that they could have to make. And so down through the years, where you have matriarchs and grandmothers and different people using that same recipe as just something to show, which was used for independence, and then also to show just their heritage, just like you have collard greens and cornbread, soul food. A lot of those things were made from the soul, and because they were so cheap to make, a lot of people use this particular recipe. And so today, as you see pinned down below, is the old fashioned Southern tea cakes. If you're just coming in, hello, Dottie. Hello, Gingy. Hello, David. Hello, I Steph. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. If you guys are just coming and this is your first time, this is the Sweet Life with Calvin. And what I normally do, and I didn't know that many people weren't doing this, is I bake for you guys. I pull out my KitchenAid and I have all my ingredients prepped right here. As you can see, I have my sugar and I have my eggs. As you can see, I don't want to pour them out. My butter, my flour, my nutmeg, my baking soda. I have all the ingredients right here to make these the old-fashioned Southern tea cakes. And as I was saying, big mamas, matriarchs in Black families use this recipe down through the years to feed their families. What I found too is some people didn't. They weren't. It wasn't considered a dessert. It was considered a snack. So Big Mama would pick them, would fix them, and put them on the table. So when the kids would finish playing outside, they would come in and grab them a tea cake and eat it. Get them some water, some milk, or whatever. But now I understand too that it was also taken from an European influence. It might be similar to a recipe that originated from the European influence during slavery, but we took that recipe and we made it our own and we used it. Just a couple of things as far as like the ingredients. They use molasses in some cases, lard, sugar, flour, and then sometimes buttermilk. I don't think my mother or my grandmother used buttermilk. Whatever they used, it was really, really good. Okay. You said my aunt makes them when I was a kid. Yes, I remember them when I was a kid too. My grandmother used to make them. Now I don't know if the ones that I'm about to make taste like my grandmother's made, how she made them, but I just enjoyed them. And I've made them over the years, and they're also a staple for Juneteenth. For those of you that celebrate Juneteenth, I remember making them for an event some years ago. I had a request to make these tea cakes, and everybody, they were gone. They didn't last 10 minutes. I kid you not, they did not last 10 minutes. And it was so crazy to find out how many people grew up on this, this style of cake, or I don't like to call them cookies. They're little cakes. Sometimes people will roll them out like biscuits and then cut them out like that. I usually scoop mine and then I might pat them down just a little bit because these don't necessarily spread that wide, but they're crispy around the edge. And if you're just coming in, this is Calvin. This is the Sweet Life with Calvin. I have a baking company called Sharon's Delights by Calvin. And I try to do a baking show at least once a week. I started out doing it once a week, but it gets kind of difficult sometimes juggling this. And then I also have a podcast, which is the Painfully Honest podcast. So sometimes it gets the challenge. It becomes a challenge juggling these two. But I promise to always come in and check in with you guys and continue this baking journey. Um, but as I was saying, today we're baking the old fashioned Southern tea cake, which is a staple in uh, African American homes, which came from the 19th century. And then it was also involved in the Great Migration when blacks were moving from the South, and that's how it kind of moved around, you know. And as I said before, some of the ingredients that they use in it today, I'm using sugar, but some people would use molasses. They would use lard, sugar, flour, and buttermilk. So there's many, many, many different types of recipes for the tea cakes. So as I go ahead and I'll put the ingredients together, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing and interact with you. We're also going to be doing a bit of trivia later on. I want to again congratulate Nene. Nene does it all. I think she's still here. Are you still here, Nene? So Nene actually hey, okay, all right. Hey, Nene. So Nene actually answered one of our questions for our trivia on our last live, and she was the first one to get the answer right. So I have named a cookie after her. I won't disclose it right now. She actually knows what I have named the cookie. So I'm going to be doing little creative things like that from time to time. But she is our first live watcher or whatnotter, as I like to say, that popped on and engaged and answered the question. The first person to answer the question right. So I named and designed a cookie for her. And so I'm going to actually be baking that cookie on one of the lives. I'm not going to tell you which one. Nene, you will know in advance because I definitely need you on. Give you props. And but it is a special cookie. It's the first time that we've done this on the Sweet Life with Calvin. But we'll continue doing creative things like that just for engagement, and then also letting you know how much I appreciate your engagement and coming on because you could have been anywhere else. You could have been anywhere else this Friday evening at 7-Eleven. Could have been anywhere else, but you decided to pop on. Okay. So what we're gonna do? We've already started to heat our oven. Our oven is being preheated. We already at 325 degrees, and we're gonna bake the tea cakes for 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, and so I'm going to actually put all the ingredients, mix all the ingredients together, scoop them out. I'm going to do the whole process, and then once we're done, I'm going to share what what turned out. Hopefully it turns out good. But yeah, thank you all for coming on. Buyers, sellers, resellers, thank you guys for coming on. What is this? Mocho. Okay. Thank you for coming on. What's this? M Extra. Thank you for coming on. Savings Queen. Thank you for coming on. Ashley. Thank you for coming on. Zemia Bar. I think that is Nicole. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you all so much for coming in. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So our first ingredient, I like to always mix the butter first. You cream the butter first. So that is what we're going to start here. Okay. All right. So we have one cup of butter, and that is 2 sticks of butter. All right. Give me 1 second. You can't mix your cookies without your. And see, I call myself prepping for y'all, and I didn't even have this on. So I don't know how I was gonna bake these for y'all. I guess I was gonna mix it with my mind. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So you always want to start with room temperature butter. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, Joe Bay 2, JNR, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So as I said, you always want to start with room temperature butter. You want that butter to be creamed. Now sometimes I'll nuke my butter. But not always, because some recipes call for the butter to be cold, like biscuits. So you want to follow your recipes to the T. Um, yeah, and sometimes even I like to still watch, even though I'm a baker as well, I still like to go on YouTube and watch how other bakers do things. Like the thing where they crack the eggs with their one hand. I've not gotten that advanced yet, but I want to definitely learn how to do that. I'm going to slide this back a little bit because I want y'all to be able to see the mixer. And my mixer, I named my mixer Olu. So anytime I refer to Olu, I'm talking about my wonderful mixer. We have been together since 2012. So we have seen and baked many things over the years. Okay. So as I said before, we have already heated. We've already preheated our oven at 325 degrees, and we're going to bake for 8 to 10 minutes. Okay. Now with this recipe, some people roll it out like biscuits, and they'll cut them out. I'm not doing that for this particular recipe today. I'm going to be scooping them out. Okay. And thank you again for our first person that has made a purchase tonight. I so appreciate that. So appreciate that. Okay. But how's everybody doing? I want to know how's everybody doing. Like, I know this week has probably been challenging for some. How's everybody doing? We have any volunteers to say how they're doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to the Sweet Life with Calvin. Just a little bit about me. I am a local baker in the Georgia area, and I have a baking company called Sharon's Delights by Calvin. Today we are baking our old-fashioned tea cakes, old-fashioned Southern tea cakes. Okay. But how's everybody doing? Somebody talk to me. Oh, And be sure to take a look at the show notes. That actually details everything about this particular show. And if you'd like to come on and chat with me for a second or two, just go ahead and put three cookies in the chat, and I'll bring you on and we'll chat a little bit. Okay. All right. Right now we're creaming 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup of butter. Okay. Room temperature. I kind of nuked it. You don't always have to nuke it, but I like to nuke it just a little bit, just to kind of soften it a little bit for the recipe. So right now I'm just letting that mix. And then next we're going to add in our, what is that, cup and a half of granulated white sugar. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start adding our sugar in. And it's something about baking that I like, baking myself, um, the fresh ingredients. You know, when you have to get your sugar out and get your butter, real butter. I don't use any margarine or I discovered Amish butter years ago. So I love to use Amish butter when I'm making pound cakes. Yes, I do bake pound cakes. I don't just bake cookies. Um, but we'll get into that later. Right now, we are in our cookie phase. So I'm going to be baking all things cookie. Welcome in, welcome in. Well, buyers, sellers, resellers, welcome in, welcome in. Thank y'all for coming in. Classy Cake Creations, welcome in, welcome in. I love that name, Classy Cake Creations. What type of desserts do you bake? I love when other bakers come on. Welcome in, welcome in. What type of cakes do you bake, or desserts do you bake, Classy Cake Creations? If you're still here, because I know some people are passing through, so I like to engage. I'm a person that's keen on engagement. So try to say hi to everyone. Welcome back in, Nene. Hello, Britt Tuck. Hello. And as I said before, tonight, as I have pinned down here below, we have our old-fashioned Southern tea cakes, okay? They're sold 3 at a pack, just like all my other cookies, and they are $8. And so you'll see all of the shipping and everything down there as well. And it looks as if I've made, there have been 2 purchases already. I missed the second one. I'm sorry, but thank you for your purchase. Thank you so much. And another tip: when you get your package from me, be sure to send feedback. We always, whoever you're buying from on whatnot, they have a section after you've gotten everything, and it's said that you've received your package. Go into whatnot and leave feedback, because we always want to know if something happened with your package and it wasn't right. Let us know. If it didn't come in on time, let us know. That feedback helps us to become better sellers on whatnot. Um, I'm, I'm always I'm always wanting to make sure that people that buy from me, that they are always receiving quality. Welcome in, Tamilo 14, Tamilove 14. Welcome in, Whole Anthony, Peter. Welcome in, guys. Roxy B. I love that. Love that name. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you're just now coming here, you have just you just popped in on the live baking show, The Sweet Life with Calvin. Sweet Life, everybody's our official hashtag. And we're found on Facebook as well as Instagram. So it's just Sharon's Delights by Calvin, as you see it listed below, with our tea cakes below. So, Yeah, but we're on Facebook and we're on Instagram. And we're also on YouTube. So if you have a chance, pop over to YouTube. I have about 5 of these same shows that you may have missed if you're just now joining us, that I actually load to YouTube so you can kind of, see what I've been doing all of this time. So as of right now, we have about 5 episodes on our YouTube page, our Sharon's Delights by Calvin YouTube page. So pop over and check it out. And then also um, um, like, share, subscribe, comment, all of the above. If there's someone that you are supporting, let me just give you some tips on properly supporting people that you enjoy or content creators that you enjoy. If you are considering yourself a supporter of someone, whether it be on TikTok or Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, if you do not interact with the content, you don't comment, you don't like it, you don't share it, you just look at it and you keep moving, you are a troll. Okay? You are a troll. You are not a supporter. A supporter will check out the content, whether it's good or bad feedback. Hey, just stopping by. Love your content. Thank you for doing what you do, and keep moving. It doesn't have to be, 5 minutes out of your time. I have a podcast as well. Hey, mama, my mama's actually on here, y'all, and she shared the show too. Look at her. Go ahead, mama. I think this is the first time my mama came on here, I believe, but she figured it out. So, but yeah, but when you're supporting people on that provide content, like it, share, subscribe, comment, the whole nine. We love that feedback because it lets us know if we're doing a good job. Let us know if we're doing a good job. Let us know if we're doing a bad job. But if you're not sharing it, you're just looking at it and moving on. And see, what happens is when you engage with it, it automatically puts that in your algorithm or your feed for next time. So when they start to post things, you start getting information. So when you comment, you like, and you share, now Facebook is going to say, hey, Sharon's Delights by Calvin has just posted something. Check them out and so on. So you know how it does. If you could say like apple cider vinegar, and then the next thing you don't know, you go into your Facebook page. Now it has an ad for apple cider vinegar. It's the same thing. And most of us are business owners, small business owners that thrive on or depend on your support. Now, many of us may not be doing this as a livelihood, but your support is key. So if you have someone that you're supporting, welcome in, Cody. If you have someone that you're supporting, be sure to engage with that content. Like it, share, comment, and then if they have a YouTube page, like a lot of my posts, I put a lot of my social media handles. I put all that information in there so that people can find and get more of the content. Now we're early in it. Like I said, for my Sharon's Delights YouTube page, we have only about 5 episodes. So you can go in there and check it out. You can search the name Sharon's Delights by Calvin on YouTube. We have an Instagram page and a Facebook page. Even if you're not even interested in the content that I have, whoever you are supporting, show your support by engaging with their content. That is the only way. If you're not liking, sharing, subscribing, you are a troll. I'm afraid to tell you. So, okay. So this butter has gotten so creamy. I want to show y'all. When it gets this creamy, let me show you. It looks like whipped cream. Amazing when I tell you. So you know these are going to be good. And what I'm baking right here, for those of you who are making purchases, please understand what I'm baking right here is what's going to be coming to you in the mail. I didn't realize, the thought behind that, because I was just like, well, what am I gonna do on my Whatnot Live page? What am I gonna do? But what I do is I bake live for you guys, and I send what I'm baking to you. So it ain't been baked it's not been baked like 3 days ago, and then I package it up. It's being baked right now for you. And so what I do, bake it, and I show you the product so that you can see that it's from scratch. Okay? All right. So now we've added the sugar. Now we're going to go ahead and add our eggs. 2 room temperature eggs. All right. And then our vanilla extract. So we add about 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, my favorite is vanilla bean paste. That has changed my life. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you guys are just coming in, you have come to the Sweet Life with Calvin. I am Calvin, your host. And we are baking the old-fashioned Southern tea cakes. And we have already added our 1 cup of butter, which is 2 sticks of butter. We've added 1.5 cups of sugar. We've added 2 room temperature eggs. And now we're adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay. And I try to clean up as I go because I don't want a whole kitchen full of dishes. Welcome in, Sadie J. Welcome in, Kelly Joe. I like that name too. Is that Aspath? Welcome in, Darball. Welcome in, SKJJ. Welcome in. Thank y'all for coming through. And again, we have pinned down below our old-fashioned Southern tea cakes. And if you've never heard of these and you've not had them before, this is the time to go ahead and get them. As I said before, these originated in the 19th century by enslaved cooks. So they used the tea cakes were something that was easy to make. You had sugar around. They had sugar around. They had butter. Sometimes they may have used molasses or buttermilk, but they were very, very cheap to make. And the big mamas and grandmamas and the matriarchs of the family would make these tea cakes as a snack. Okay. Now they're used to show independence, during Juneteenth. And they came from the South during the Great Migration to the North. So that allowed that the particular recipe to be able to mix and get all over just from people that had that recipe that's been passed down over the years. Okay, so we've already added our 2 sticks of butter, 1.5 cups of sugar, 2 room temperature eggs, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now these look so good. I mean, it doesn't even like I put sugar in this. It looks like whipped cream. All right, so now I'm going to add my dry ingredients. The dry ingredients that we have here is 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I like to use King Arthur flour. Some people like to use cake flour when they're baking things like this. But I like to use King Arthur's flour because I think it's real sturdy. And it adds a certain quality to the recipe that like Lily White and different things like that you don't really get. I like to use Lily White as well as King Arthur, and then Swan's Down cake flour, or Softest Silk cake flour, which is really good. Cake flour is one of my favorites when I'm baking pound cakes. Okay. All right, so we're doing 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a half teaspoon of baking soda, half teaspoon of salt, and then a fourth teaspoon of ground nutmeg. And that's what I have here. I have all of my ingredients in one sitting. So I'm going to stop the mixer, and I'm just going to add a little bit in here. Just going to shake some down in here. And usually it makes a mess and I can't stand it. But on this setting, that's why I try not to add a lot because it'll go everywhere. Hello, Jitterbead. Hello, Jitterbead. Hey, Mama, welcome for coming back in. Sharon Finn, randomly designed. I love that name. All right, and that's Celosia. I guess that is 2KK. Welcome in. If you guys are just coming in, you have come to. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan. I'm a huge DC fan. I'm a huge Marvel fan. Somebody bought me this some years ago. In my last apartment, I had a whole Wonder Woman kitchen. I mean, like, it was crazy. But I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan, so that's why I have this on. Most people are asking, well, why does he have this? I love Wonder Woman. But I am going to get some, Sharon's Delights t-shirts and Sweet Life t-shirts and stuff like that. That I'll also be selling on whatnot for merch. But thank you, I appreciate it. Really, a license plate? I never thought about that. I never thought about that. A Wonder Woman license plate. Now I saw someone that had a Wonder Woman car seats, and then a Wonder Woman steering wheel cover. And so I'm like, Lord. So some friends that I have, they know that I love Wonder Woman, and they always send me little things every now and then. Hello, is this Hod APR? Hod up her. It's actually pinned down below, as you can see. We're making the old-fashioned Southern tea cake. And thank you for stopping in to check out The Sweet Life with Calvin. I'm your host, Calvin Payne. And yes, so we have already mixed most of our ingredients. I just added some of the flour. So we're going to add oh my God, it actually looks like what my mama used to make. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Welcome in. So I've already preheated my oven. My oven has been preheated at 325. Oh, wow. So it's already, golly. So I'm going to add the rest of this. I'm going to add, okay. So we have it pinned down below. So be sure to get yours while they last. We have about 11 left. Thank you guys for coming in. Welcome in, DJ the Sniper. I had to read that. Welcome in. Donnell Hill. Welcome in, Jitterbug. Jitterbead. You've already been here. And there's that Del Joss or Del Haas. Welcome in. Welcome in. So we're currently baking our old-fashioned Southern tea cakes. Okay, which has been a staple in Black families for centuries. Originated by um, enslaved cooks, and you can also do your research on it too. There's also a connection with Europeans with this recipe, but it originated during the 19th century by enslaved cooks, and then over the years, these kind of turned into staples for like Juneteenth and different things like that. I've had a request over the years, to bring these sometimes. So I make these from time to time, and some people love these more than cookies. And I didn't realize that. So this is definitely something that I've added to the menu. But yeah, if any of you are interested, put 3 cookies in the chat, and that will allow you to be able to come on. That'll let me know that you want to come on and chat, and we can talk about whatever you want. As far as we can talk about whatever, you know. I like authentic conversations. So just because we're baking doesn't mean we can't delve into other conversations about other things. So as you can see, I am not a shy person, and I do have the gift of gab. I can run my mouth for most of the time an hour or two. Okay. So we have about 11 of the old-fashioned Southern tea cakes left. If that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and make your purchase down. Once they're gone, they're gone. Each episode that we have here on the Sweet Life with Calvin, I try to specialize in a different cookie. So I don't like to call these cookies. These are more like tea cakes, but they're shaped like cookies. So this is what we're baking today. So next time we won't be baking these again. So go ahead and get them while they last. All right. So I'm going to take that off, and we are going to go ahead. And I want you to see the dough. Look at that good dough. I got to scrape it all off but it's real sturdy. It's not a loose dough. And we bake these for about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay. All right, let me get my cookie sheet. And as I always say too, I like to bake with parchment paper. I don't like for the bottom of my cookies to... Thank you for your purchase. I appreciate that, y'all. The 10 on my end has turned red, y'all. So that means we have 10 left. Thank you all for the three people that have already made purchases. Thank you for your support and for just tuning in. But as I like to say too, I always like to use parchment paper because I feel like parchment paper allows for that bottom of the cookie to get very golden brown, as they like to say. And if anybody that knows me knows that I love a beautiful cookie. I love the way a cookie or anything bakes on parchment paper. And if you don't know, now you know. Okay. We have already heated our oven to 325 degrees. And so now I'm just scraping everything off of the side of the bowl. Okay. And again, thank you all for coming and watching me bake. This is actually therapeutic. Usually when I'm baking in the kitchen, I have a little music going. So you may hear a little music in the background. But that's what I had to do. I had to scrape everything off of the sides. Okay. And for those of you who are just coming in and you missed the beginning of this, I post this. I always post this episode on our YouTube page. So we have a Sharon's Delights by Calvin YouTube page. We have Facebook, and we also have Instagram. So if you missed anything and you want to stay in touch and see what we're doing or what we got coming up, tune into our YouTube page, tune into our Instagram page, tune into our Facebook page. All right. Okay. So now I am going to, this right here, I've gone through so many of these, but this particular one, I've had this one for some years. I think I may have gotten it at Walmart, but I have different sizes. But for things like this, I like to make sure that I have a really, really good one. This one has a really, really great handle on it. I don't know who this is by. I'm very particular about different products that I use. My cookie sheet that I have here is Wilton. So those of you who bake, you know exactly what I mean when I say Wilton. Wilton is a great product. No, they have not paid me for any type of promotion or advertisement, but Wilton has been something very, very useful to me over the years. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start scooping out. And the nutmeg in this. I use fresh ground nutmeg. So I'm curious to see what these are gonna really feel like. I love how a lot of times how the flavors just flow together. Oh my God. And you know, after they baked, I usually like mine hot. I can eat my cookies and things out of the oven hot. I don't need it to cool down, and then I get a glass of milk and I just throw it down, as we say. All right, all right. Welcome in, Taylor. Welcome in, Alex. Welcome in, Pickup Bargains. Welcome in, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cats Emporium. Welcome in, Shops with Tess. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for coming in. As I say on this Friday evening, you guys could have been anywhere else. So I do appreciate y'all coming in and spending time with me, just watching me bake. And then, of course, I'm running my mouth the whole time. We are baking the old-fashioned Southern tea cakes. I'm about to get ready to put them in the oven. This is the Sweet Life of Calvin, and I'm Calvin. If you're just getting here, Fox Wombat, welcome in, welcome in, and we have 10 left. If you've never had tea cakes, the old-fashioned Southern tea cakes, now is your chance to try them. Go ahead. We have about 10 left in our store. So go ahead and make your purchase now. And then once you get your products, for those of you that had already made purchases, we already had 3 purchases already. Make sure that you leave us feedback. Leave me some feedback because I want to know how your package got to you. How did you enjoy the package? And different things like that. So always give us feedback. But I'm about to go ahead and put these in the oven. As you can see, look how beautiful they are. Oh my God. Let me see. Look how beautiful they are. All right, we're going to go ahead and put these in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. Hey, Ziggy, set an alarm for 10 minutes. Okay. All right. And then another thing about this recipe, some recipes will say that they want you to let your dough sit in the refrigerator. They want you to chill your dough for about 30 minutes before throwing it in the oven. I didn't do that this time. Sometimes I do, but for this recipe, I didn't do it today. For you guys, I didn't do it. But it doesn't really take away from the recipe. It just has an impact on that dome, the dome, the dome of the cookie. Even though it's a tea cake, it's in the shape of a cookie, and we bake it like a cookie, and so it causes a dome on it when you allow it to chill in the freezer. Welcome in, Alec. Welcome in, guys. Thank y'all for coming in. We have about 10 items left. So if you are definitely interested in, hey, Alec, yeah. So we have about 10 items left to purchase. So Alec, what we're doing today is I'm baking the old-fashioned Southern tea cake, and this is the Sweet Life with Calvin. I This is a baking show that started, Jesus Christ, maybe a few months ago. And so each time I have a show, we bake a different cookie. Okay. I've had people to come on and tell me, Calvin, you should offer a variety, because that would allow you to get more sales. Yes, we definitely want to make sales, but my main intention is to interact with you guys. I figure that the world is so crazy, man, and I feel like genuine connections and genuine interactions are needed at this time, this time, in time and place. How's that? I think somebody was calling me. How does that sound? Can you hear me now? Put thumbs up in the chat or cookies or whatever. Okay, somebody just called me. Thank you, Mama. I thought I wasn't sure. I've never had nobody to call me. I hate when that happens. People want to call you when you're doing stuff. Mama, did you want to come on the chat for a second? You don't have to, but if you want to, put three cookies in the chat, and I'll bring you on and we'll chat for a second. Because you used to make these when we were little, so I think it'll be cool for them for them to tell your story behind the tea cakes and how it came to you knowing the recipe. Is that a yes or a no? Tell me, thank you. You are doing fine. Is that a yes or a no? It's a no, Jason. I already knew the answer. That's why I was laughing. Yes, 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 and that is correct. Taste Therapy Bakery. My company is named after my mom to pay homage and love and respect to my mom. Thank you, Purple. How you doing, Purple? I hadn't been on in a while, but it's so good to see you still hanging with me, love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But yes, I named my mother. So everybody, if you look at Sharon Finn on here, Sharon's Delights by Calvin is named after my mom, who is on here today. She's a little shy. She didn't want to come on the camera with me, but I appreciate her showing up for me and sticking her head in here to check out what's going on. Oh, she said she wants some TKs. And it's so crazy. Like I said, I had to bake these some years ago for someone, and I didn't know how many people, black and white, enjoy tea cakes. So everybody has a different story. If you grew up with tea cakes, tell us a little bit about your story. I would love for you to come on camera and tell me a little bit about your story, but kind of chime in. She grew up eating them. Oh, so you're gonna be in for a treat. I love them. I love them. When I tell you, hold on one second. Let me check on them. Hmm. And so they actually look like scoops of ice cream, which is so crazy. But they are sold three in a pack, as always. What is a tea cake? Okay, so Alec, a tea cake. It was originated in the 19th century by enslaved cooks, and so they used whatever was around to actually make it. So it was really cheap and really easy to make. So they had the sugar. Um, They got the sugar, they got butter. Sometimes they use buttermilk. Sometimes they use molasses, of course, flour, vanilla extract, and there's many different ways to make this recipe. But it's been a staple for years in African American homes, as just like if you look at what I have on the screen here, the image, that's how they usually look, but there's many variations. But you ask, what is a tea cake? It's somewhat like a cookie or a dessert. Sometimes people have them very crispy. Sometimes they have them very cakey like. But either way that I've had them, they're very, very good. So I'm assuming during slavery, not assuming from my research, it was adopted from Europeans, and then the slaves took that recipe, and over the years, it's been a staple in African American homes. And then most times when I make them, I'm making them for Juneteenth. If I'm going to an event, I'll make those. Yeah, I'll make those cookies. But they spread around like during the Great Migration when everybody was leaving the South. Uh, that they moved around, so you everybody, black, white, whatever, may have had tea cakes in their childhood. So most people remember them when they were younger, but they're really, really tasty. They're very, very good. And so that's what we're baking today. If you haven't gotten yours already, go ahead and get yours, so that we can get some feedback and know if you really like them. Yep, yep, yep. So we're gonna go ahead and do a little trivia while we wait for those to come out. And so this is just for engagement. We don't have any prizes as of right now. Um, but it's just so that we can interact. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to start with the real, real easy one, okay? So, what cartoon featured a group of teenagers solving mysteries with their talking dog? What cartoon featured, yes, Purple, you always respond so quick. I think you're looking over my shoulder reading these answers. But believe it or not, they have Scooby Doo on Tubi, and I tune in to watch. I love all those nostalgic shows. And that is the alarm. So that's saying, Calvin, the tea cakes are ready. So give me a second. Let me pop over. Hey, Karen. Hey, I'm so glad to see your face on here. You popped in like stealth. I didn't even see you come on. Okay, okay, all right. There you go. Now I see your face. All right. Hey, Ziggy, stop. Ooh, and these look good, y'all. So this is how they turned out. So they kind of went down a little bit. And what I'm gonna do as an added, as something added to it, I like to dust them with vanilla powder. Yeah. So let me get my cooling rack out. Give me 1 second. Hey Wonderland, what's going on? What is going on? I am good. Just over here running my mouth and baking. How are you? How are you? That's good. That's good. Like I said when I got on earlier, it's been a while since I've been on, but I always miss y'all when I'm not on or I don't get on. So I always look forward to coming in and seeing you guys. But that's good. You're doing great. That's good. You're doing great. Oh, I miss you too, Artistic Fusion, aka Karen. All right, so I'm gonna take these off of the cookie sheet and we're gonna put some more in. Go ahead. We have about 8 left, so go ahead and get them while they last because they are not going to be on long. Okay. Oh, I love that song. We're gonna let them cool, and then I'm gonna show you, as always, I'm gonna show you the bottom of them because I love how they look on the bottom. They always have this. Just have a spatula, but they always look so beautiful to me on the bottom. How that golden brown that they talk about. Get you a cold glass of milk or some hot chocolate or tea or whatever you have, and okay, Genji. Genji VA. Okay, I got it. Hi, Genji. Nice to meet you. Thank you for tuning in. Yep. Y'all could have been anywhere else. All right, so we're gonna put some more in the oven. Let's see. That was too easy. Too easy, y'all. Y'all answer that one real quick. How you been doing, Karen? I've been so MIA. I need to tune into your next show. When is your next show, Karen? All right. So let me scoop these up and put some more in the oven. Makes no sense to do a live show and I do stuff off camera. Huh? Makes no sense. Oh, you may go live tomorrow. Okay, all right. I think I have. Oh my lord, I gotta see it. I haven't started a journal at all, but I've been watching people on YouTube. I told y'all have turned me over into a junk journaler. What is it? A scrapbooker, the whole nine. I didn't even know that I was a scrapbooker. I was, in high school, you have your memory book. And so I still have mine. And a lot of things that I did in high school, I still have them in that book. The music I was listening to, the food I was eating, the hopes and dreams that I had for myself are all written in that book. Some of the things I completed, but like looking at it now, it's like crazy. I've been a scrapbooker all along and didn't know it. Then my mom created I think my mom is still on here. She created um, she created a baby book for me that has like there's a little gown or something that I had on when I was a baby. And that's in my baby book. If I have a moment, I'll probably step away and bring it and show you guys. But it's a whole book, my report cards, Lord Jesus, progress reports, like all of that stuff my mama kept. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus. Oh, thank you so much, Gigi. I'm glad you enjoyed the cookies. Thank you so much. Thank you for purchasing them and supporting me. I appreciate that so much. So much. Next time you guys are in Atlanta, let me know so I can connect with you guys. Oh, see, I'm running my mouth. But yeah. So I've been a scrapbooker all along and didn't know it. All along and didn't know it. June and July. Okay. Okay, cool. Sissy Garrett, welcome in. Welcome in, y'all. If you're just coming in, you come into the Sweet Life with Calvin. I'm Calvin, and I have a baking company. I'm a local baker here in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and my company is called Sharon's Delights by Calvin. And today we are baking the old-fashioned Southern tea cakes. And I am scooping another batch. This recipe yields maybe 36 tea cakes, depending on your scoop. So if you have a larger scooper like mine, it's not that large. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Okay. All right, try to make sure it's 12 each sheet. There we go. Put another batch in. All right, so what we're going to do is continue with our trivia. Okay. All right, so let's see here. So this is just a conversation starter. What is your favorite cookie of all time? I know mine. Tell me what yours is. And if you want to come on screen and talk to me about it, just put 3 cookies in the chat and I will definitely bring you on. Hello, Papa. Chocolate chip pecan. That's one of my faves too. I love regular chocolate chip, but that pecan, oh my God. And then another thing that I have not done with you guys is uh the roasted pecan chocolate chip, where you kind of cook the pecans a little bit. And then some bakers do like the brown butter, where they brown the butter with the pecans. Lord Jesus. So imagine me sitting up at 3 o'clock in the morning looking at all these other bakers across the world baking these wonderful cookies. Like, I make cookies, but I love cookies too. And I love eating other folks' cookies too. So, but what's your favorite? Purple already told us hers. What's everybody else's favorite? And then I'll tell you mine at the end. The lemon ricotta cookie you could get at Nordstrom Cafe. Really? Lemon ricotta? Oh my God. I need to remember that. Hold on. Hold on. I need to write that one down. Give me a second. Lemon ricotta? Oh my God. That gave me a chill. Because I love ricotta. There's an Italian ricotta pie that I don't know if you've all ever watched The Sopranos, but the wife on there, the wife on there, she baked a ricotta pie and she took it over to one of the guests. That's whatever. But that was my first time hearing about a ricotta pie. I've never had a ricotta pie, and so that's one of my things on my bucket list to actually make. No, 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 no. Let me look at the recipe first before I commit to making it. Because I like to study the recipe. If I've never made it before, I got to make it before I make it with y'all live. Because we don't need no mishaps. I got to test the recipe first. So understand, before anytime I bring a cookie to y'all and sell it to y'all, I done already baked it once so that I know how it's gonna how the recipe is gonna be when I'm on live. They have a healthy lather of icing on top. Really? So was it a buttercream? I need some details. I need some intel on this ricotta cookie. The lemon ricotta. So do they have? Is it like not buttercream? Is it cream cheese icing that they may have had on it? You got me curious. See, that's what I'm gonna look at when I get off here with y'all. Y'all got me thirsty, running my mouth. I want to taste them lemon ricotta cookies. I cannot get that off my mind now. Oh, it was like a cake type of cookie, and yes, I think so about the icing. Okay, so it must have been like a cream cheese icing. Okay, I kind of see what you're saying. Some cookies I don't like cakey. I don't really care for cakey cookies like tea cakes. I love tea cakes that are cakey, but like even crumble. Y'all ever heard of the crumble cookie? The big old crumble cookie. Those are good. Those are really really good. You have to cut that. You probably have to cut that in fours to eat that because that's so huge. But I love some cookies that are cakey, but not all my cookies. I like for a chewy, buttery cookie, chocolatey cookie. I don't necessarily care for a cakey cookie. If you understand what I'm saying, okay. So these have cooled off, but look how they turned out. Look at that. Look at the bottom. They turned out amazing. Look at that. I told you it looked like a scoop of ice cream. Doesn't it look like a scoop of ice cream? But they are so beautiful. And then if you could see, like there's little bits of nutmeg, the ground nutmeg in them. Oh my God! Thank you for your purchase. But they look like little scoops of ice cream. But look how flat they are. I love the bottom. The bottom is my favorite. With that parchment paper, it ensures that it doesn't. It ensures that it doesn't, like burn or brown too bad. You know, like because I like my cookies to look like display cookies. So yeah, but they turned out so well. Look at that, like a scoop of ice cream. Now, as I said before, sometimes people will roll them out. Sometimes instead of putting flour down like you would to roll out biscuits, they'll put sugar down and they'll roll the dough in sugar and then cut them out like biscuits. So then they're thinner, but then they have like more of a crispier flavor to it. So there's many different ways that they actually do they actually do this type of recipe. Now, y'all, I witnessed the recipe the other day. Check, the icing was a lemon. Ooh, it was a lemon glaze. So I wonder if it had like bits of zest in it, or if it was just like powdered sugar and lemon juice. That may have been it. I'd have to go and look, but those I'm never gonna forget those. And I'm gonna have to kind of spend some time with it before I bring it to y'all. But lemon ricotta cookies with the lemon glaze. Oh my God. But I was going to tell you all that I recently witnessed a recipe on YouTube. I think it was some bakers in Japan or somewhere, and they were baking, it was like a London fog cookie. And it was really, really interesting how they were making it. So they made the dough a fig London fog cookie. So they made the dough, and the dough was just like a regular sugar cookie dough almost, but and they added figs to the dough. And then they rolled the dough out, and then they made a hole in the dough. They made a hole in the dough, and then they had this cream cheese center. So it was like a cheesecake center, and then the cheesecake center, yeah, there was a cheesecake center. No, 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 no. I'm sorry, I lied. So it was like a sugar cookie type of thing, but it had cashews, it had figs, and they did like the Earl Grey tea flakes in the recipe in the dough. So that's where you get, I guess, the London fog tea thing or whatever in it, and then they rolled them out, made balls, and then they made holes in them. So it was like a little bowl. So that little part was like a little bowl. Then they made a cream cheese filling, which was more like a cheesecake filling. They put that in the center. They put the ball in the center, and then they smashed it down so it would be flat. So now you have this flat cookie with the cheesecake center, and then they put a fig on top of it. They put it in the oven, and it just looked amazing. They didn't share the recipe, so I sat there for maybe an hour and some trying to figure out this recipe. Because when they pulled out the powdered sugar and when they poured this powder on top of the cheesecake, I was like, that's got to be powdered sugar. So I'm sitting and researching this thing, and I'm looking at other recipes on Pinterest. I sat there for an hour looking at this recipe. Because I was like, I got to make this for them. I got to make this for them. Because I love, like, really, really, as some would say, maybe artisan cookies or cookies that play with flavor. Cookies that like the buttery, sweet, and salty, all of those different things. So yeah, I love trying to figure out that stuff. But then I never. Right. Have you had your first show yet, Taste Therapy Bakery? Because I remember you telling me you were going to be doing a show. Have you had your first show yet? Did I miss it? Oh, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I am so sorry because I've been waiting for it because you said you were going to be doing it. So I'm like, well, dang, I thought I probably missed it because I've been out of the loop for some time. But please let me know when you do yours because I want to. And I told you if I can help, let me know. If I can help out with anything, any brainstorming, because I'm still brainstorming with this to see how I can be engaged with you guys. Because I look at some people's shows, they don't even greet people and talk to them. I'm like, what kind of newfangled? What in the world? And I know I raided into somebody one time, and they was like, "Hi, thank you for coming in." They weren't even on the screen. They weren't even showing their faces. They was just, showing their items, and that was it. They weren't engaging at all. So I'm like, "What in the world?" I didn't stay long. No, since I make cheesecakes, I have to rent a commercial kitchen. So, oh, I get it. I get. That's right. Because you were talking about, was it a sweet potato cheesecake? Something that we were talking about last time? Whatever it was, I remember I needed some in my mouth. That's what I remember. So when you let me know. Actually, oh, really? Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, I remember sweet potato cheesecake. That's it. I remember. I remember. Because I've not had anything. Have I made a sweet potato? Not sweet potato. No, I made a pumpkin cheesecake, but never a sweet potato cheesecake. So I'm definitely waiting on seeing your show. And I thank you all for tuning in. My mouth gets so dry, I be running my mouth so much. Thank you all. We have 6 purchases, so I'm so elated about that. We have about 7 items left. Go ahead and purchase yours before they're gone. Thank you all for getting on and interacting. We're going to go back to trivia now. We were talking about your favorite cookie. Who else can tell me about their favorite cookie? If you want to come on and chat about it, go ahead and put 3 cookies in the live chat, and I'll bring you on and we'll chit chat about it. Let me check on the tea cakes. And it smells so good, Lord Jesus. Welcome in, Sparkle. Is that Go Lord? No, GH Lord. Welcome in. And as you can hear my alarm, they're ready. Where are my Hey, Ziggy, stop. And these are fresh out of the oven. Look at that. Don't they look beautiful? And they smell amazing. Oh my God. And I appreciate that Taste Bakery. And I really appreciate that because I don't I like getting feedback. I'm just a feedback type of person, but I appreciate you staying on and watching my show from beginning to end. I so appreciate it, and I will return the favor once you get yours live. Just let me know when it comes on. So I've taken these out of the oven, but before I send them to you guys, I am going to dust all of them with vanilla powder. I don't know what it does to things. Like when I put them on my sugar cookies or snickerdoodle or whatever, they just add a certain type of, I don't know. It's just, they just look so good. And so it just tastes good on them. I like the white chocolate macadamia nut. Oh, now let me tell you about this cookie. The white chocolate macadamia nut cookie. Do y'all remember the cookies at they used to have at Subway? Subway used to have those cookies. I remember them when I was in high school. Those were my favorite. The white chocolate macadamia nut. Yes, those were so good. I don't know what they are now. They are just not the same because they were really really nice cookies and they were a nice size too. But they're just not the same. Those are good cookies. Those are really really good cookies too. Um, yeah, those are really really good. Okay, so Mama said we talked about the Danish wedding cookies with the chocolate chips. Okay, yep, nuts and coated with powdered sugar. Yep, yep. I actually I call myself making something similar to that. Those cookies were so light and I was experimenting. So all I had was butter, powdered sugar. I think I had really, really finely chopped up almonds. I don't think I had flour in it or anything, but they were like little light puffs and they turned out so good. Oh my God. So yeah, Mama, I remember that. But that recipe right there, I think I might have to try it. I don't think I had chocolate chips in them, but I would definitely try that. Maybe like a Belgian chocolate, because I think sometimes when we do chocolate chip cookies, everybody expects the chocolate to be either semi-sweet or milk chocolate. But I like to experiment, so I would probably do like a Belgian chocolate for that flavor because Belgian chocolate is a lot different than just the regular chocolate. I could eat Belgian chocolate. Oh my God! And I'm a diabetic, y'all. But I will mess up some chocolate. That Ghirardelli chocolate, Lintz chocolate, Russell Stovers. So I'm the type of person I like, like for Valentine's Day, I like the box of chocolate candy. The box of chocolate candy. I love that. My aunt used to have it. God rest her soul. She used to get that candy, and and as you know, most of our older family members. My aunt, when she passed, she was 98. So she had how your folks had a nice room. You couldn't just go in the room. It was covered with plastic. The couch and stuff was covered with plastic. Everything was just nice. All the nice stuff was in this room. So when company came over, she would have company come and sit in that room. And and the TV and stuff. And so she would have candy in that room that somebody gave her because she used to clean houses and we would go stay with her. And she would have that candy sitting in there and we would go in there and eat that candy. We would take the plastic off the box. And I loved eating like they would have like that cherry flavor or the crunchy with the nuts and all of that. But each candy in the box was a different flavor, and you could turn the box over and it had what the kind of candy it was. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Um, yeah, so I love that type of candy. I just always have. So I don't know how I started talking about that candy, but yeah. Anybody else want to share what type of cookie? What type of cookie is their favorite? What is your favorite cookie of all time? Your all-time favorite cookie? And see, I don't think these are flaky. I think these are flaky. They're not chewy, if I'm not mistaken, because the dough seems drier than what a cookie would be. So I think this recipe calls for these to be kind of flaky. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. What is your all-time favorite cookie? We're gonna put another batch in. This recipe yields about 36 tea cakes. We have about 7 left. We have about 7 left, guys. Thank you all for coming in. Dan the Bacon Man, welcome in, sir. True King, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome to the Sweet Life with Calvin. Today we are baking the old-fashioned Southern tea cake. I'm a baker in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and I have a company called Sharon's Delights by Calvin. Thank you for tuning in. So we're putting our third batch in the oven. As I said before, this recipe yields 36 cookies, 36 tea cakes. I don't like to call them cookies because they're not cookies. They're tea cakes. All right. Putting another batch in the oven. Another batch in the oven. And we're baking for about 8 to 10 minutes on 325. Hey, Ziggy, setting it on for 10 minutes. So we're baking for about 8 to 10 minutes. And we already have a third batch in the oven. Okay, did anyone share with me what their favorite cookie was? So the trivia question is, what is your favorite cookie of all time? We had someone to share already. Does anybody else want to share? Oh, I'm thirsty. Okay, so yours is pecan chocolate chip too. I think Purple said the same thing as well. Taste therapy. I keep saying taste bakery, but taste therapy. All right, so just wanted to show some that have come out of the oven, and it's a very light, but it's very pretty, and it smells amazing. It looks like little scoops of ice cream, but I see like it might be a little flaky. Oh, thank you so much. Believe it or not, I made some of those last week. So I love my cookies too. I love them as well. Let's still say Buckeye cookies. What is a Buckeye cookie? Do tell. I need some more details about this Buckeye cookie. Of course, I'm going to Pinterest after I get off. Hello, Rich Chick Studios. Welcome in. Welcome to the Sweet Life with Calvin. I am Calvin, and we are baking our old-fashioned Southern tea cakes. We have about 7 left, so go ahead and grab them while they're here. Peanut butter ball of a cookie dipped in chocolate cookie dipped in chocolate. Let's just sit and ponder that for a minute. Peanut butter ball of a cookie dipped in chocolate. Lord Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out too. That sounds so amazing. Thank you, Rita. I appreciate you sharing that. Thank you so much. Lady Cat, welcome in, Lady Cat. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you so much for coming and spending time with me. We are baking our old-fashioned Southern tea. I was to say cheesecake, tea cake. Wait a minute, old-fashioned Southern cheesecake. That would be interesting. You know what? I just had an idea. Imagine these. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna tell you. Does anybody want to share? Hold on. I'm gonna share it with y'all later. My pen stopped working. Hold on. Hold on. Ooh! I just had a real good idea, y'all. I'll share it with y'all once I baked it. Um, but yeah, peanut butter ball of a cookie dipped in chocolate. Lord have mercy, that sounds so good. Ooh, that sounds so good. Okay, all right. So my all-time favorite. That's a hard thing to think about because I love all kinds of desserts. Um, but my favorite, I'll say. So I recently made. I got an order. A friend of mine, she requested an order for some ooey gooey chocolate, double chocolate chip cookies. Now, y'all, I pondered this cookie when she told me because, I can make a chocolate cookie. I can make a chocolate chip cookie. That was very simple. But when she said ooey gooey, I had to figure out what type of ooey gooey to make for her. So I'll say the cookie, and I'll make it for you guys too. This cookie is very decadent, and it's a cross between a brownie and a cookie. And the center has Nutella. Y'all, that cookie was so doggone good. I had to cut it in fours. The cookie was this big, and I had to cut it in fours. So that gave me another idea for like what I can offer you guys. Cause I want to offer bakery style, which is usually the smaller kind of cookies. But then so you have bakery style, then you have the other cookie, which is probably in between, and then you have the larger ones. So I want to get into doing that for you guys. So when I come on, I have a featured cookie, but then I have some surprises in store for you guys. So when we do the trivia, we can do all of that. But yes, I said Nutella, Rita. And I was like, because I had to do research and figure out how to actually do this cookie. Because I know my friend, she wanted ooey gooey chocolate cookies, and she had saved up. Like she didn't. She had stopped eating. You know, she had saved up like eating bad. Like she stopped eating bad, and she was waiting for my cookies. So I had to make sure these cookies were good, and they turned out amazing. That cookie was huge. Oh my God, they were huge, but they were really good. I had to cut them in fours to eat them, but they had Nutella in the inside. And so I was like, what if I could do like some type of ganache filling or whatever? So it gave me a lot of ideas, but I'll say that is my favorite cookie right now. The double chocolate chip filled chocolate cookie. So that's my favorite. Like a death by chocolate type of chocolate cookie. Hello, Michaela. Hello, Sunny Flake. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're just moving on with our trivia. Today, we are baking the old-fashioned Southern tea cake. We have about 7 items left. This is the Sweet Life with Calvin. I am Calvin. And we just talking and chatting about cookies and desserts. My favorite thing to talk about. We have put our 3rd batch of tea cakes in the oven, and we have 2 batches sitting right here. That is going to be after I get off here live with you guys. I'm going to package the orders for my 6 people that made their purchases and get their orders to them ASAP. But yeah. Again, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it so much. But we're going to move on with our trivia. Chocolate chip cookies, soft or crunchy? Chocolate chip cookies, soft or crunchy? Me, I prefer a combination of the two. I like for my edges to be crunchy, and I like for my center to be somewhat chewy but ooey gooey. So it just depends. Now, some people like to add something inside their chocolate chip cookies. I've seen that. This one guy added a Ferrero Rocher uh, candy inside of one of his chocolate chip cookies. So if you all know what the Ferrero Rocher candy is, then you know what type of flavor that cookie is going to have. Amazing. So yeah, I like my edges to be crunchy and the center to be soft. But I've had Chips Ahoy. I love Chips Ahoy cookies. I've had Famous Amos cookies. So, it just depends. It just depends. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hey, Ziggy, stop. So yeah, I love my edges to be crunchy, and I love for my center to be chewy. So a combination of the two. So, does anybody else want to share? Thank you, Wonderland. You said always crunchy. Okay. But like I said earlier, it depends. If I'm eating Chips Ahoy or Famous Amos, though, I don't mind them being crunchy. But if I'm gonna go and get cookies and I need for them to kind of be a bit chewy, that I love chewy cookies. Love chewy cookies. All right. Just to kind of show again, we have they look like ice cream scoops, and then look at the bottom. Look at that bottom. That thing looks amazing. Doesn't that look amazing? Oh my god! And see, another one of my favorite cookies is the shortbread. My mama used to have these cookies that she used to eat. I think they were called Sandies, and they were shortbread cookies with pecans. And I don't know if it was Pillsbury or Toll. I'm not sure who it was by, but my mom used to love those Sandies, and we used to anything my mom used to eat, we would tear it up, and she would always say, "I can't have nothing." Um, do you like savory mixed with sweet? I do. I do. Um, the other day, somebody had a cookie with bacon bits, hickory bacon bits in the cookie. And I don't know if there was maple inside of the cookie, but I love bacon. And I'm like, imagine that buttery cookie with bacon, with bacon. Lord Jesus. And I'm supposed to be trying to eat healthy, but it's just not fair. Just not fair. Why can't all the foods that we love that are bad for us just be good? You know, who thought of that? And why was I not in the room to vote against them making all of our favorite foods bad for us? That's just mean. Isn't that horrible? Lily's chocolate. I don't think have I cooked with Lily's chocolate? Hmm. So with Lily's chocolate, what are you doing with Lily's chocolate Wonderland? Are you baking with it, or is this just candy? Yeah. Tell me what you doing with that. Oh, bacon chip. Okay. Lily's. I have to look at that. Now, do you have to add sugar to it? Like you said, like the baking bar. Does the baking bar have baking chips? Are those sweet, or are they just it's just chocolate? You have to add sugar to it. So we got 3 dozen here. Get them while they last. Do we have some more? I can probably get maybe 4 more out of this dough. It's sweetened with stevia. Oh, got it. That's probably what I need to be using. I have an order for some cookies, I think next month, and I have to make some, I have to fulfill an order for some cookies, and they want a healthy choice. And mind you, I don't know what no healthy cookie is, but these folk want healthy cookies. So I got to come up with some type of granola something for a friend of mine. I'm gonna do it, but I want to have a healthy choice because I don't want it to be limited. My my baked goods to be limited to just people who eat sugar. because I really shouldn't have sugar myself. So I need to be figuring out healthy choices as well. Okay, so I'm gonna put these in, guys. So we have 4 more left. I'm gonna put these in and let these bake. Hey Ziggy, set an alarm for 10 minutes. But yeah, I've enjoyed being on here with you all. Yeah, just send it to me. Send it to me via messaging. Via messages on here, and I'd love to check it out because that's what I'm looking now. I'm looking for. I'm trying to create a good recipe for granola cookies, and then a low fat oatmeal cookie. So they're getting chocolate chip cookies and all of that, but they wanted maybe 2 healthier options. So I thought to do granola and then a oatmeal raisin, you know. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Almond flour. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've not experimented with almond flour, and that might be better. You know, for people that are an organic option would be better for people that can't handle something gluten free. I have a neighbor that's gluten free. I found that out when she first came. She was talking about how she yes, yes, granola. So some of them they will have like these cookies that you can make that are no bake. So I want to see if I can try a no bake granola cookie, and then but I want it to be healthy. So I just got to figure it out. Yeah, yeah, okay, I got you. You want to come on in chat Wonderland? Is that what the 3 cookies is for? I want to make sure because I don't want to put nobody on the spot. Okay, all right. Because I put my sister on the spot one time and she was not trying to come on.
Hi.
Hey, how
Hey.
you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm
I'm
doing
doing
good.
good.
I'm
I'm
doing good.
doing
Thank
good.
you for
Thank you for
coming
coming
on.
on. So I wanted to tell you. So I got diagnosed with diabetes in 2019.
Okay.
Okay. And since then, like my hubby was like, "Don't focus on what you can eat or what you can't eat." He goes, "Just make sure that what you can eat you have handy." And so we went on this whole diet kick. We lost 80 pounds. And I'm still diabetic,
Congratulations.
but they say that I'm in remission because
Oh,
I do not take any medication for my diabetes.
really?
But I changed my diet 100%. So I
Oh,
eat very, very low carbs.
so
So,
like for
like for
today, what
today,
did you
what did
eat?
you eat? So today I had like eggs. I can still have ground beef. I can still have like chicken. All the things. I just try not to eat too many potatoes. I know it's so hard. You when you
Yeah.
hear what I don't eat, you're like, oh my god, that's so hard. That's so hard because
Yeah.
I changed my lifestyle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. A lot. And I went through a pregnancy without having to get medication. I
Really?
had
That's a blessing.
throughout my pregnancy, I had um, 2 nutritionists. I had one in case my diabetes spiked, and then I had just a regular nutritionist. So throughout my pregnancy, I had doctor's appointments more often, and so they were just checking to make sure that everything in my pregnancy was a okay. Throughout
Oh
my
wow.
whole pregnancy, my A1C was 4.7.
See,
See,
oh my God, that's
that's
ideal.
ideal. And even
I
I
think
just had a physical like last week or 2 weeks ago, and my A1C is at 5.7. And I
that's
blame my
awesome.
hormones because after you have a kid, everything's all different. and I gained weight because of that. But I still eat very similar to when I lost the 80 pounds.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
congratulations.
congratulations.
I think
I
my
think my
last
last
check,
So
check,
for the
my
Lily's
weight
chocolate
was
chips, I'll
eight.
show you. I'll show you for the Lily's chocolate chips because I keep them
Okay.
stocked. So whatever I can eat, I just keep it in my house all the time.
Okay.
Okay,
I got you.
I got
I try, but it is a little bit more expensive, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if it's
if it's
good and
good
it's
and it's
healthier,
healthier,
So
it's
like
best
it's
to
best
have
to
it.
have.
they have like this, like Lily's. This
Oh,
one's peanut butter
I've
flavored.
never heard of those.
Yeah, so this one's the chocolate chips.
Okay.
No
Okay.
added
And it
sugar.
has
It has
no
no
sugar.
sugar.
Yeah. So it's a low added sugar, no added sugar, and it's sweetened with stevia.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
So that's
Yeah.
That's
really
really
healthy.
healthy.
And
Okay.
so you can just go honestly when I'm craving a sweet treat, I go on Pinterest and I'm like, well, what can I make?
Gotcha.
Mhm. So even like with the heavy cream that you use to make the frosting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I make myself ice cream.
Really?
Yeah. So I get a jar. I have my mason jar here. It's like a recycled peanut butter one.
Uh huh.
Uh-huh.
So I fill the jar to like halfway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you have to add vanilla because of the alcohol.
Okay.
You know how the
Okay.
vanilla has a little bit of alcohol in it,
Yeah.
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 so it
Yeah.
doesn't completely freeze your heavy cream.
Um,
Then you can add like a sweetener. You can add a lot of people add sugar, but what I've been doing is I use these to sweeten my coffee sometimes,
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
skinny
Okay.
syrup, and I add that to my jar,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I add some chocolate chips in there, and you just
And
shake
And
it.
then,
so what is
so what
so
is
is it
so
like
is it
a
like a
chocolate
chocolate
drink
drink?
No,
or
and you put it in the freezer. You let it freeze, and
oh,
when it comes out, it's like
chocolate
ice cream.
Healthy chocolate ice cream.
Yeah,
got
Got
it.
you
it.
can add the cocoa powder
Mm-hmm.
if you want it that way. I've done it with coffee. So I've made myself
Really?
coffee ice cream. You can
Yeah.
blend strawberries. You can make yourself strawberry ice cream. So you can have everything. You just have to find a workaround so that
Yeah.
you can have it in a good way.
I got
I
it.
got it.
And that's
And
my
that's
problem.
my problem.
And then it's really hard because the foods that you can't eat are readily accessible. They're in your
Yes.
face all the time. All the time. And the
Because
ones
Because
I had even
even
gone
gone
to
to
like
like
Publix,
Publix.
and they have
They have
a
a
whole
whole
section
section
for
like
diabetics,
diabetics.
and
Mhm.
they
And
had
they
this
had
like
this like
chocolate
chocolate
candy that
candy
they
that they
had. It was
had.
like
It was like,
like a
like a
glucose.
glucose,
I forget
I
what
forget
it's
what it's
called,
called.
but it
But
tasted
it
pretty
tasted
good.
pretty good.
It's a
It's a
different type
different
of
type of
flavor that I'm
flavor that I'm
used
used
to.
to.
Yes,
But
because it
But
always has
it
that
was
aftertaste.
yeah,
yeah,
Lily's
that's
that's
doesn't
what I
what
don't
I
have
like.
don't
it
like.
as much.
Oh, I
The
can't.
Lily's chocolate doesn't have it as much. But you
Okay.
also have to be careful with some of the stuff that you buy. Hi, Delaney.
Uh-oh.
My friends are coming in too.
Hey,
I had
I
the
had the
stat
moved
moved over
over
so I could see
so I
your
could see
face.
Oh,
your
okay.
face.
Hey, there's cookies down at the bottom if you guys want some cookies.
I know.
I know.
There's
We're
7
doing the
left.
old-fashioned tea cakes, y'all.
Yeah, so I forgot what I was talking about.
No. You
No,
were
you were
telling
just
me
telling me.
you just have to
Like,
be
You have to be
careful
careful
with some of the stuff that you.
Oh yeah, because they have the alcohol sugars and sugar alcohol. Sometimes they give you diarrhea. So that's why I don't do the because Lily's also came out with a brand of gummies,
Okay.
but they have a lot of sugar alcohols.
Oh
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
So
I
it's
tried
like
them when I was
got
pregnant. I was like,
switched
oh
up
my
altogether.
god. It's like, oh jeez,
I
I'm gonna get
hate it.
myself in trouble over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You
definitely
definitely
have to have
self-control.
self-control. With
See,
you
with
baking
bacon
a
a
lot,
lot,
Mhm.
I
I
nibble.
nibble.
So,
I
like,
nibble
here,
here,
and that's
and
what
that's
gets
what
me in
gets me
trouble.
in trouble.
If I want the tortillas, I found these, so I make myself sometimes breakfast burritos.
Okay.
They
Okay.
have these at Costco. That's the cheapest place I
Hold on.
found.
Hold on one second.
You just gotta take the screenshot. Oh, you're taking the cookies.
I want
I
to
want to
burn.
burn them.
Yeah, don't burn them.
But you were
But
saying
you said
So like if I want burritos, breakfast burritos and stuff
Okay.
like that,
Okay.
I do these.
Mm-hmm.
Costco has these.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the cheapest place I found them. Costco.
Okay.
Okay.
And you do what?
Egg,
Egg.
sausage.
You could do egg, sausage, bacon. You could
Okay.
do basically meats are pretty good with
Okay.
low carb diets. It's more
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
starchy stuff.
Yeah.
The
All the
All
stuff
the
I
stuff
love.
potato. Yeah, exactly. I love those too.
Yeah.
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 I had to we had to change a lot of stuff in our day to day because we were
Mhm.
foodies. We were
But see,
big
But
time
see,
foodies.
C2
C2
Wonderland,
Wonderland.
we
We
growing
growing
up,
up,
we weren't
we
raised
weren't
in no
raised in no
healthy,
healthy,
organic,
organic,
Mm-mm.
household,
household.
right?
Right?
When you
When
I
you
had a
ate
ate
stuff, it
stuff,
was
it was
all
all
full
full
cholesterol,
cholesterol,
everything. All
everything.
full
All
butter,
full
full
butter,
sugar.
full sugar.
yeah, I had a Mexican family that fried tacos
Oh,
and you
yes.
know
Yes.
all that good stuff that's
Yeah.
fried.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, that's all good. But until you go, you grow up and you're like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
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 That all
I
has
find
side
I find it
effects.
hard
now
now
trying to
trying to find
it's so
so
easy
easy
to make
to make
spaghetti
spaghetti
Mhm.
like you
like you
normally
normally
would.
It's
But
would.
so
it's like
But it's
easy.
like,
you
no,
need to
you need
do
to do
a
a
wheat
wheat
noodle
noodle
or
or
something,
something,
or even
or even
something to make
something
it
to make it
instead
It
of
was
instead of
having
funny
having
because that was one of the things I missed the most when I started eating this way was the noodles.
Mhm.
Honestly, I Costco had something called Smart Noodles. So they would come in a
Oh.
bag and they were like in water, so you just had to rinse them and you can put them in your sauce.
Really?
And
Were they
Were
good?
they good?
they have no flavor, so whatever was giving it flavor was whatever sauce you had.
So like
So like
whole
whole
food
food
noodle in a
noodle in
sense.
a
Yeah,
sense.
something like that.
Okay.
But honestly, I got to the point where I'm like, it's been sitting in my fridge for a while. Like, it's going in the
Yeah.
trash. I haven't used it in a long time. So I haven't even bought noodles in, I can't tell you how long.
Really? So you use
Yeah.
those noodles and they're pretty
Yeah.
good. Okay.
My son loves noodles and rice, and he's all of
Oh my God.
that, but I don't eat
Jasmine.
rice
Jasmine.
anymore. I know I love rice.
Yes.
Yes,
Me too.
me too.
I got
I got
sitting over here
sitting over here now.
I'll be
I'll be
ashamed to say I
ashamed
was
to say
eating
I was
rice.
eating
I'm like,
rice.
Lord,
I'm like,
because I know
because
I'm
I
not
know I'm not
gonna have it.
having it.
Yeah.
But I
But I
love it
love
when
it
I'm
when I'm
making
making
gumbo
gumbo
or and
and
lately
lately
even
even
chili.
chili.
Yeah.
Like you
Do a little
do a little
ball and
ball
run
and
some
run
So
some
chili
my
on
chili
my
top
on
of
top
hubby
it.
of it.
found a recipe for chili, but it doesn't use beans because beans have high carbs. You know, carbs turn into sugars, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So
So
beans,
Beans, I can have beans.
beans have a lot of carbs, but they also have a lot of fiber. So I eat
Oh
beans,
wow.
but I
Wow.
eat them in moderation.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
that or lentils. Lentils too. Lentil is funny because I have a story when I was pregnant. I made lentils, right? And
Mhm.
you know, the Tupperware containers sometimes they don't look that deep, and I was like, oh, just eat whatever's left in this little container. It was a lot. I checked my sugar and I was shocked.
Really?
Really?
Shocked.
So
Lentils
lentils
too?
too?
And
Oh man.
because my blood sugar really never goes like over 120
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
because of the way I eat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that time it was like 130, 140. I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
And
So
it's,
that turned to
it's something healthy. Like you wouldn't think like
no.
something like that's gonna affect my sugar that much.
You wouldn't
You
at
wouldn't
all.
at all.
I
Yeah.
never
I
would
never
have
would
thought
have
that.
thought that.
Golly.
Golly.
It's almost
It's
like you
almost like
can't
you
eat
can't eat
anything.
anything.
But just
But just
It
vegetables.
feels like you can't eat anything, but like
Mhm.
I go to restaurants and I still have stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for with us, like we still have. I like going to Sizzler and doing the salad bar and making my own. So what I
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
when I go to Sizzler is I get the ground beef for the tacos
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and I make myself a taco salad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
gotcha.
So like that kind of
Gotcha.
stuff. So it feels more
Without the
hearty
beans.
than just having the salad. Yes, exactly, without the beans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
never would
never
have
would have
thought that.
thought that.
You gotta think outside the box.
Golly. Oh my
I
God, you're
love
talking
fried
about.
wings. Fried wings are actually one of the best things you can have, like the chicken wings.
Oh, you said chicken wings. Okay.
You just have to
Yeah.
be careful with whatever sauce you put on it.
Yeah.
Usually the dry rubs are better because they don't have sugar. But like
Yeah.
buffalo sauce is really good.
I bake my stuff mostly. I don't usually fry it unless I crave some fried chicken wings.
Some of the crispiness, yeah.
Yeah, but well, I just go and buy it. But usually I don't fry it here at home.
Yeah, so I've been able to throughout this whole time. I maintained my weight loss for since my son was born in 2022 and I was diagnosed in 2019.
Oh.
And then after he was born with hormones and I started eating a little bit more fruits because healthy and breastfeeding and all that stuff, and that's when I started gaining weight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what's his name? What's your son's name?
My son's name's Renee. He's not allowed on the camera because we got all this AI stuff nowadays.
Yeah. So I can imagine too. So your son just eats regular, or does he eat healthy like you guys?
I tried to have him eat regular, but I also kind of don't let him do like pure pure empty sugar. So like he doesn't drink really juice. If he drinks the juice, it's like cocoa water, and every once in a while, not all the time. But for him, his drink of choice is always water.
You said cocoa water. Is that the coconut water?
Yeah, the coconut water.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that good for diabetics?
Not really, not really, but
No.
it's better than other stuff like soda and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
It's better than that.
But even now, I've seen some with a lot of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so we got to get the damn coconut. Crack it open.
There you go, all natural. We gotta go back to the caveman style. Break our own coconut. Climb the tree.
Just have the coconut. Water. I don't need sugar because I love coconut water. I really do. It's good for your skin.
Yeah.
And digestion. But every time I look at it, it's loads of sugar.
And a lot of people, a lot of the add more sugar to stuff. So that's usually when I go to the store, that's the first thing I look at. I'm like, how much added sugar does it have?
Yeah.
Because sometimes with it having fiber and stuff, it like cancels out some of it. Not that much, but some of it, yeah.
Yeah. I have to look into it. I love cocoa.
Yeah.
I do. But I don't buy it. That's so much sugar.
It does. Yeah, unless you do it all natural, you just buy the coconut. Yeah.
Do it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah. So when do you go on live?
Yes, I'm actually going live tomorrow. I'm doing. So I have been doing. I was asked to do. I crochet.
Really?
Yes. So and I have some that I finished right here. Let me show you.
Okay.
So these are like
and you guys check
card
out
swaps.
Wonderland.
So I crochet the border around it.
Oh. So you do the collector cards too. Like mail.
Yeah, I got these from Mel. So I got a lot of these cards from Mel. And she's the one that gave me the idea. She said to crochet a border around them.
Oh.
So I have I have several of them.
Yes. And they're just collectors. That's just pretty much what you can find inside.
Well, people use them, they collect them. You can use them for your junk journals. You can use them as bookmarks. You can use them as decorations.
Okay.
Did I have the other ones? So I also make. Where did I leave them? I think because I was supposed to go to my mom's house, but my son had a fever this morning. Kids always get sick at like last minute. Well, my son's 4 now, so it's been a while. So, this is where I do my live.
Okay.
Okay.
But I have these. Watch. So
You
these
have
are they're chopstick holders.
chopstick holders.
So you lift up the flour, and it has your little chopstick in there.
Oh, I thought you
Oh, I
said
thought you said
chopsticks, but
chopsticks, but
chapstick.
chopstick.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
So
got
you
I gotcha.
you can put it on a purse, on a backpack, clip it on.
Yeah.
So y'all
So
gotta
y'all
check
gotta
out
check out
Wonderland's
Wonderland
page. Go
page. Go
in and
in and
what is it?
what is it?
Bookmark her
Bookmark her
shows. She's gonna be
shows.
Yeah,
live
I'll be on
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
What time?
Tomorrow I think it's 2 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, so
Because I'm in California.
Where are you,
Where are
Wonderland?
you, Wonderland?
California.
What part?
What part?
I'm really like 10, 15 minutes from Disneyland, so close to Anaheim.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was
I was
born in
born in
Salinas.
Salinas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little further out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went there some years
Some
ago
years
for my
ago for my
birthday
birthday just to kind of
look at the
look at the
hospital that I was
hospital that I was
born at and
born
just
at
be
and
in the
just be in
city
the
just so I
city
could
just
say
so
I
I
was
could say I was
there.
there.
Mhm.
And it's just
And
a
it's just a
small little
small little
southern
southern
Yeah, it's
town.
a small
town.
town.
Really
Yeah.
nothing
Most
there.
people
Most people
are
are
farmers.
farmers.
Yeah.
Most people are
Most people
farmers,
are
so they have
farmers,
a
so they have a
house and
house.
then they have
And they have
like
like
as far as you
as
can
far as
see,
you can
like
see, like
kale and
kale and
all different
all
types of
different types
vegetables.
of vegetables.
So it's
So
really
it's
cool.
really cool.
But thank you
But
for
thank you
coming
for
on
coming
and
on
talking
and
to me,
talking to me,
Wonderland. I ain't
Wonderland.
gonna
I
talk
ain't
to you
gonna
today.
Oh, no. My pleasure. I was like, this is gonna take too long to type. Let me just ask them to co-host.
Oh, that's
That's
cool.
cool.
I'll
I
welcome it
welcome it
anytime because some
anytime
people
because
are
some
shy
people
to
are
come
shy to
on.
come
So
on.
Yeah.
no
No
problem at
problem
all.
at all.
But thank you
But
for
thank you
coming
for coming
in, and I
in,
will
Oh,
and
you're
I
talk
will
to you
welcome.
talk to
soon.
you
We'll
soon.
And I'll
pop on
send you that
tomorrow on
recipe.
the page.
I'll send you that recipe for the chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
But like I
Okay.
said, because it's the almond flour, it doesn't bind as well. So it does have like a sandy texture to it, like a flake, not
Oh,
flaky, because it's more like a gritty texture. So you should maybe
gotcha.
try it before you make it for them.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's
Okay.
because of the almond flour, because it doesn't bind as well as
As
the
like
regular
like
flour.
it.
Yeah.
I've
I've
never used
never
almond
used
flour.
almond
Okay.
flour.
I have
Okay.
to check
I have
that
to
out.
check that out.
And if you ever want to look for recipes for anything that's low carb or a lot of times it's gluten free, I just go on Pinterest and look up recipes that are keto because most of the time they use very low carb, um,
Okay.
and just go based off of that. I mean, you can tweak it a little bit because it's still going to be healthier than like a full sugar cookie and all of that.
Okay.
So you can just kind of tweak it off of that.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to definitely do that.
do that.
Especially when it
Especially when
pertains
it
to
pertains to
cookies.
cookies.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But I
but
appreciate
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
so
Thank you
much.
so much.
And I'll
Thank
chat
And I'll
with you
chat
you.
with
later.
you later.
Have a good
Take
one.
care,
Take
okay?
care, okay?
Bye.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on, Wonderland. Thank you so much for coming on, y'all. So we have about 7 items left. We have been on almost 2 hours. Lord Jesus, where does the time go? All right, so we're slowly coming around the mountain and getting to the end of this show here. So I want to thank you all for popping in. Again, we have Sharon's Delights social media, which is Facebook, YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, and we also have a Instagram page. So just type the name as you see it on the screen, Sharon's Delights by Calvin. I also I also am a podcaster, so I have a podcast page which is called the Painfully Honest Podcast. So if you want to go in and check that out, just type that name. And we're on YouTube. That is where we house most of my videos for podcasting. It was something in me when I started this year. When 2026 hit, most of the things that I've always wanted to do, I just decided to. Oh, thank you, Mama. I just decided to just go and stop overthinking things. I think that's what we do a lot of sometimes. we're so fearful of making a mistake and not getting it right. But in order to be successful, I looked at a post yesterday, and a gentleman was saying, in order to be successful, there has to be failure. In order to be successful, thank you, Mama. There has to be failure. So the video that he posted was a video of a man who was, I don't know what they call it. It's an Olympic sport where they take the stick and they run and run and run and run and run, and then they put it in the ground, and then they push themselves over the little thing. And he did it like maybe 5 times. And he kept hitting the stick, and then it kept dropping. You could see the frustration in his head every time. Like he would grab his head and he was just mad. So he kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it. And the last time he jumped over it, didn't touch the stick, and he did a great job. And so a lot of times, we think, okay, I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna do it one more time. And I think with anything that you love, it can get frustrating, if you don't get enough follows, enough likes, enough interest into what you're doing, you kind of feel some kind of way. Welcome in, guys. You kind of feel some kind of way, but you can't be driven by likes. A lot of times, like I was saying earlier, I was telling people, when you go on and you're supporting someone, don't just look at the content and then go on. Engage with the content. Like it, share it, give it feedback, do a comment. Like I said, I have a podcast, and someone said to me early on, oh well, some of the episodes might be long, but I had a friend to tell me, Calvin, you created this, put it out, and the people that will sit and watch a 2-hour podcast will be drawn to it. Don't worry about those who say, oh, it's too long, or oh, it needs to be that. Those who, if you build it, they will come. Might not be 2 weeks, might not be 2 years, but they will come. Just continue doing your best at what you're doing, and the people that need to be drawn to what you're doing will come. Now, there's going to be failure, because failure sometimes, well, in most cases, requires that in order to be successful. So, but I know I've said a lot, but thank you all for coming and coming to the Sweet Life with Calvin. We have 5 items left. Be sure to continue supporting whoever you come on Whatnot to support. Always come on and support whoever you're supporting, and engage with their content. If you buy something for someone, send them feedback. Send them feedback. If you can, go on their site online and put the feedback online. Don't text it to them. Don't call them and give it to them. If you want to call them and text them, cool. But put that feedback online so other people, because they can use those comments to get more clientele, because people are actually engaging with the content. A lot of times I don't engage with people or purchase things from people. When I look at the reviews and I see ain't nobody engaged with them, I'm not inclined to patronize their services. But if I see someone that has a lot of different comments, that I go on there and and I'm like, oh wow, let me try. Let me just do maybe 1 or 2 and see if I like it. And then once I get it, I leave an honest comment. Most of the time on Amazon, sometimes I'll leave comments. Welcome in, guys. Thank you all for coming in. No problem at all, Wonderland. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for participating. I appreciate it so much. Again, y'all, thank y'all so much. This is the Sweet Life with Calvin. We have about 5 items left. Once they're gone, they're gone. I've enjoyed chatting with you guys. And those that are watching and listening while we're casting on Facebook, I will continue to cast on Facebook, but the only way that we're able to interact is if you come to Whatnot and create an account. And that way I'm able to see your comments and you're able to make purchases. Right now, they don't have it set up where you can make purchases through Facebook. They want you to come to Whatnot, create an account, and become a a buyer on on whatnot. So, but I thank you all for those that are watching that are on Facebook, and I thank you all that are watching on whatnot. I enjoy myself. I was kind of hesitant about getting on here today, believe it or not. But I'm thankful and glad that I had a chance to come on and spend a few moments with you guys. Thank you to those 8 people that made purchases today. I try not to pay attention to that because sometimes you're going to come on and people are not going to purchase anything. Sometimes they just they want to hear it and they want to do the interaction. And I consider them making a purchase, icing on the cake. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, this is A Sweet Life with Calvin. I am Calvin, your host, and it has been indeed a pleasure and an honor to bake with you and share this time with you. And let's do it again. Let's do it again soon. And be sure to bookmark any other shows that I have. That way, you'll always get the notifications about the shows that we have. Wonderland came on. Be sure to check in. She's going to be online tomorrow. And she's going to go live tomorrow. And then anybody else that you saw on here, go back and look at everybody and support the other whatnotters that are on here, and look at what they're doing. I'm always curious, so I'll tune in and go and look and see what people are doing. And somehow I've become somewhat of a card collector. I've ordered cards. Mel Ramsey is one that's really good, so go and support her page. I collect cards now. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I'm gonna collect them. And Wonderland is really, really good as well. So check into her live tomorrow. Um, Artistic Fusion, Karen. Take a look at her page, and she's been doing it for years. So go and check out her page. But again, thank you all for tuning in. This is Calvin. This is The Sweet Life with Calvin, and thank you for supporting, coming in, making purchases. And we're going to sign off. Till next time, have a great day. Bye. Is anybody online that I want to raid into somebody? Does anybody know of anybody that's online right now that we can raid into? I like to raid before I get off. Does anybody know of anyone? I'm gonna just probably find somebody. Let me see. Hmm. All right, we're gonna check out the Wandering Shrew. Let's see what she's got. All right, we're gonna go ahead and raid in. See y'all later. Bye.